Hi, I'm Rachel Greninger with Red Carpet Report, and tonight we're at the 17th Annual Women's Image Awards honoring women in media. How are you? How are you?
Sorry, I'm good. How are you doing?
I'm great. You look excellent in red.
Thank you.
So tell me a little bit about some of these. When you're creating and producing a project, how do you go out of your way to make sure that you're representing women in a really positive light?
Well, that's this movie I did. It's called The Secret Life of Marilyn Monroe, and we went and did all this research, and we found that she was one of the smartest women. She was well-read. She went to UCLA, actually, right here.
Oh, look, and we're at UCLA right now.
Yes, she went to UCLA, and she had her first production company. She knew exactly what she was doing. She was super smart. So making a movie about a woman and her mother, it's really about her and her mother, and the movie's really about mental illness, but I really made sure that we presented her as a well-rounded, really smart woman who was fighting every barrier in the business that time. But unfortunately, I mean, a lot has changed, but we're still striving.
Well, she was kind of a victim of her times. I mean, truthfully, there's a lot of things that I'm sure you explore that definitely when you're creating something like that with such an iconic character. What kind of research did you do to make sure that you were playing truth to who she really was?
Well, we had a book that was a very well-researched book all about her. It took 10 years to write. It was a New York Times bestseller, so we had a lot of insight, and then we went 10 steps further, and we really, really learned a lot about her, and I really fell in love with her. I knew so little about her when I started, and when I got involved in the book and really learning, I was shocked how she was so calculating and smart and manipulative, but she knew what she was doing.
She did it on purpose.
She unfortunately had some bad advice along the way, which was ended up to be her demise. But she was pretty amazing.
What was one of the most fantastical things you found out about her while you were doing your research that you loved?
That I loved, because there was a lot of fantastical stuff I found out. I loved that she was so well read, and she pretended like she knew nothing, and she would come back whip smart. She read every one of her contracts. Every time she met a doctor, she would read every book on philosophy and about pretty much. She read about everything. She was a voracious reader, so she knew what she was doing. She would walk in and she would get them.
Well, thank you so much and congratulations. Thanks for watching, and if you'd like what you've seen here, go ahead and hit like, subscribe, and in the comments below, tell me what woman inspires you the most.